Hello, Esther. Hello, Abraham. I'm so happy that I get to do this video question for you. And I just wanted to tell you that I'm so grateful for the broadcasts since last year. My life has improved immensely to the point that I got two potential job offers just yesterday and today. And there's one of them, the second one, to work in the industry of entertainment and music as a lawyer. And I really, 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 really wanted that job. When I read the description, like all the fireworks started firing up against around me. So can you please help me with a rampage of confidence and joy to get this job for myself? Thank you very much.
Well, the most significant thing that we want to say to you is that feeling as you feel right now puts you in the place of attracting whatever it is you're wanting. You've already begun your rampage. Your description of the fireworks, the way that you feel, it is clear that you are emitting a vibration that puts you in a very powerful place of attraction. We want to say to you, without putting you in a place of a little bit of worry, because there's no reason to worry, that feeling like you feel, as you clearly feel, as you were presenting your question and conversation to us, that's a wonderful gift that you have given to yourself. Feeling like that really is the way you want to feel. Feeling that way in anticipation is the way you want to feel. Now you feel extra much that way because you already received some invitation into these two opportunities. And of course, the one that stands out the most is the one you want. Your heart is joyful about it. We want to convey to you, to all of you, that feeling like that will bring you anything and everything that you desire. And the key to a consistent attraction of things wanted is to remember how this feels and do your best to repeat it often. In some ways, there's a little conditional joy that is happening because you're extra satisfied because it is unfolding for you. In other words, something is offered to you that gives you even more reason to be more expectant of what you want. If you can feel the way you feel, just remembering feeling like this is a touchstone that you can apply to everything that you want. And so here's your rampage. I like this feeling of powerful expectation. And I want to hold to this feeling so that I can use it as a touchstone, so that I can rampage or escalate my vibrational frequency on any topic that is important to me. Not only because I understand that manifestations come on the heels of such enthusiasm, but because such enthusiasm feels so very good to me. And I know that that is the way I am meant to feel more of the time, most of the time. Good. You have another for us?
Hi, Abraham. This is fun to be able to communicate with you via video. So here's my question. In last week's broadcast, you said, let those thoughts that are cellular, leave those to the thinking cells in your body. Don't superimpose your thoughts over them. Would you clarify that? Does that mean I don't ever have to think about my body and that my body will just take care of itself? I got a little confused. So any clarification would be wonderful. Thanks.
Well, of course it is important to think about your body, but we just want to ask you a very practical question. Do you have the vocabulary or the sophisticated understanding of cellular dialogue? And the answer to that question, we're going to answer it for you, is no. You cannot think in specifics like a cell thinks. So that's why we say, leave that specific, that incremental, that detail to the part of your consciousness that really does understand that. Of course, you're thinking about it in important terms, in general terms. In fact, you do most of your thinking about the well-being of your body in a step one part of the deliberate creative process. Step one is asking for what you want. In the same way, maybe this will help a little bit to clarify this. In the same way that we are saying to you, you really can't think like a cell unless you are doing it in general terms. Things like, I know my cells know what to do, and I know that my cells are in communication with each other, and I know that my cells are in communication with my inner being who does think like a cell, who can think like the cells, the most minute part of my physical apparatus. I'm a complex being. Is a good thing for you to acknowledge. I'm complex. My body is complicated. My body is sophisticated. My body knows what to do. The aspects of my body are knowing what to tend to. The cells in my eyeballs are different than the cells in my fingertips, and all of them communicating with one another, having their specific conversation. So what we started to say a bit ago about maybe another way that it would be easy for you to consider this. Think about the conversation that this micro part of you is having. And don't try to get involved with it because you can't. You just can't get in on that conversation. That's not the conversation that you are focused upon. And in a similar way, think about the world at large, even the world that we are calling your planet Earth, or the universe at large, which includes so many worlds, so much consciousness, so much that is inside and outside of your physical world. You can't think like the universe either. You can't even really think like your inner being, who is multifaceted and able to communicate with the intricate parts of you, the micro or the macro parts of your world. And so what we're really saying to you is, let the path of least resistance guide you about this. Think the thoughts that are comfortable to you. Think the thoughts that help you stretch just a little bit. Jerry always said, relative to goals or objectives or desires, put your basket out far enough that when you reach it with whatever you're tossing into it, that it is thrilling to you, pleasing to you. But don't put your basket out so far that you can't reach it or that you don't believe that you can. And this conversation is a bit like that. You are a creator, and you can feel thoughts that are satisfying. You can feel thoughts that are outside of your wheelhouse, that are complex in ways that you are not able to even comprehend them. So really what we were saying to you is, leave comprehension to the aspects of you who comprehend. And you figure out what your area of comprehension is. This is not a hard thing to do. When you are communicating with your inner being, your language is one of vibrational awareness, which means your language with your inner being is a language of manifestational energy, of manifested vibration. Better said, your communication with your inner being is mostly emotional. So what did we just say? We just said to you that the emotions that you feel, it's a magnificent platform of comprehension where you can feel what your cells know. You can feel what your inner being knows without having to define it in areas or arenas that you're not yet ready to define. There is no ending to the becoming that is you. And we're not saying that you will never be in a place, or that even that right now there aren't some of you who are in a place that you can comprehend cellular activity, or even cellular understanding, or even cellular desire. We're just saying, don't push yourself beyond your ability to comprehend in a satisfying way. Really, friends, most of your living happily ever after happens when you stand in that general place of knowing well-being and then describing it as best you can from where you are, from the upper half of the emotional scale. We like this conversation. We can feel it stirring a lot of you up, even as we are having it.